Today, we're going to be talking about the lump sum annual leave payment. One of the reasons why so many federal employees retire at the end of the year is so they can maximize their lump sum annual leave payout. But have you ever wondered about the taxes on that payment? When do you pay them? What's going to be withheld? Well, if that's something that you've been thinking about, stay tuned for the next FERS Federal Fact Check. Today's question comes from Geoffrey. Geoffrey says he has gotten conflicting information about his lump sum annual leave payment. He retired the end of 2021 on December 31st, and he's wondering, will this count as income for 2021, the year he retired, or in 2022, the year he received the payment? Well, Geoffrey, it's not hard for me to come up with the answer to this one because it's right here in IRS Publication 721. This publication is one that you'll probably want to take a look at, as it's the tax guide to U.S. civil service retirement benefits, and will help you determine how to pay taxes not only on your lump sum leave payment, but also on your FERS or CSRS retirement benefit. So on page 6 of this publication, it says right there, a payment for accrued annual leave received on retirement is a salary payment, and it's taxable for wages in the year that you receive it. So that's pretty darn clear, right? So take a look at this timeline. You can see here your retirement date in 2021 at the end of the year on December 31st. Then we move into 2022, where you got your last paycheck probably around January 10th. And maybe your lump sum annual leave payment came the following pay period on January 24th. Well, all of that's income that you're receiving in 2022. And at the end of the year, your payroll office will send you a W-2 telling you that you need to report this income for federal tax purposes and state tax purposes as well if you pay a state income tax. Now, keep in mind, you're also going to be receiving retirement income this year, whether it's from the Office of Personnel Management, Social Security, or even the Thrift Savings Plan. So you may have other income that you're going to receive this year, but that lump sum leave payment will be taxable in 2022. You'll pay federal income tax out of that payment, possibly state income tax, depending on where you live. And of course, you're also going to be subject to the FICA tax and Medicare tax, those payroll taxes that come out of any earned income. And your lump sum leave payment is considered earned income. Even though you earned it last year, you're receiving it this year in 2022. Now, the way they calculate your lump sum payment might provide you some good news that you may or may not have been aware of. The way your payroll office pays out that lump sum payment is in the way that it would equal the pay you would have received had you stayed on the payroll till that leave would have been used up. So since there was a fairly significant pay increase for federal employees moving into 2022, all of that lump sum leave payment, because it would have been paid out in 2022 if you had been able to use it, will be paid at the 2022 pay rate. Now, your payroll system may not have been updated to pay out that initial lump sum payment. So don't be surprised if you received a supplemental payment in the amount of that increased pay rate. So for example, let's say you're a GS-12 Step 10 who retired in the Washington, D.C. locality rate, and your 400 hours of unused annual leave was paid out at your pay rate of $54.32 an hour, for a gross payment of $21,728. Well, of course, minus all those taxes. Well, come that pay increase that took effect in 2022, that pay rate would have went up to $55.96 an hour, which means that same 400 hours of annual leave is now worth $656 more. So if you didn't receive that payment initially at that higher pay rate, watch for a supplemental retirement check, or I should say paycheck, that's going to come from your payroll office that's going to be in the amount of that extra money. So that's the good news, even though you do have to pay income tax on that lump sum payment. So that's it for today's FERS Federal Fact Check. This is Tammy Flanagan. See you again soon.